Moving on from question 16 of LSAT PrepTest 141's first logical reasoning section, section 2, over at lawhub.lsac.org, we've got to make sure we've got our highlight tool ready to go and we engage with the question stem for number 17 first. And it states the reasoning in which one of the following is most similar to the reasoning in the argument above. So we've got a parallel reasoning style structure, which means we've got to read the information in the paragraph on the left, highlight the conclusion after reading that full argument, and then considering what the specifics are in how we get to that conclusion. And you can use multiple colors to highlight if necessary to track the component pieces. So we start on the left. If Suarez is not the most qualified of the candidates for sheriff, then Andrson is. And you probably recognize this as conditional logic, but I don't want to diagram it manually in the digital LSAT era. It's just not an efficient use of your time. So we just know that that's a conditional statement of fact, and we see the conclusion as indicated by the word thus. If the most qualified candidate is elected and Suarez is not elected, then Andrson will be, and we need to highlight that conclusion. If you want to track the component conditional pieces, you can do that with a couple of different colors as well. So if we just highlight, if Suarez is not most qualified of the candidates for sheriff, then we know that Andrson is. And the conditional logic contrapositive mentally there would say that if Andrson is not the most qualified of the candidates, then Suarez is. We've only got two options. It's Suarez or Andrson that's most qualified. That's it. And then the pink conclusion is a valid one, which says that if the most qualified candidate is elected and Suarez is not elected, well, then Andrson is going to be elected. And again, that conditionally should make logical sense, but I don't want to waste the time drawing it with just my physical scratch pad. So now we're going to the answer choices, seeking something that matches these component pieces. And as soon as we identify a piece that does not match, we should be able to eliminate that choice using our highlight tool to identify specifically what's incorrect. So starting with choice A. Thank you for watching this LSAT explanation video. If you're enjoying the tips that it contains, please consider becoming a My Guru YouTube channel member if you haven't already done so. You'll get access to exclusive videos and early access to new LSAT explanation videos as they're produced as well. Additionally, you'll get access to speak with me and potentially discounts on live tutoring as well. So consider becoming a My Guru member today, but for now, let's get back to this explanation. If the excavation contract does not go to the lowest bidder, then it will go to Caldwell. Okay, so if not lowest bidder, then Caldwell. So if Q gets the contract and Caldwell does not, then the contract will have been awarded to the lowest bidder. Well, we're concerned with who is getting selected, not whether or not it's the qualification that's been met. So the ultimate conclusion is in choice A is about the contract having gone to the lowest bidder. And that would be analogous to the most qualified candidate being elected, which is not the conclusion's main point. That's going to ultimately be our necessary condition, not the sufficient one. So we've basically flipped the pieces around in choice A. It's close, but it's not correct. Now, choice B, if the lowest bidder on the sanitation contract is not Dylan, then it is Ramsey. And I should immediately look at that and go, well, that kind of matches our structure pretty nicely. I could even highlight in the exact same colors because lowest bidder is basically the same idea as most qualified. So if it's Suarez is not most qualified, then it's Andrson. If the lowest bidder is not Dylan, then it's Ramsey, matches the exact same structure. Then we've got to see if it in choice B matches the pink as well. So if the contract goes to the lowest bidder and it does not go to Dylan, well, that seems to be matching my structure of a compound sufficient condition, and will go to Ramsey where Ramsey fits in, or Ramsey fits in for Andrson. B's matching exactly. You just track the individual pieces using the highlighter colors. potentially multiple colors, and hopefully that will help expedite your evaluation without having to go to conditional diagramming. So we'll now scroll down, and on the exam, I'm going to go really briskly through C, D, and E on what is certainly one of the higher level difficulty questions in the entire section. But we'll, of course, identify specifically why each of these answer choices is not similar to the reasoning that was given about Suarez and Andrson. So choice C, if Capshaw is not awarded the landscaping contract, then Johnson will be. So if the contract goes to the lowest bidder and it does not go to Johnson, then it will go to Capshaw. I'm like, who the heck is the lowest bidder? There's a whole lot of term shifts. This is just simply not a valid argument because of the number of different term shifts. So we should be able to eliminate C immediately as an invalid argument. Then choice D, if Holohan did not submit the lowest bid on the maintenance contract, then neither did Easton. Well, again, we're not saying it's both of them aren't qualified. If it's not one, it's the other. So this neither really should allow us to eliminate choice D at this moment, but just to review the rest of it. So if the contract goes to the lowest bidder and it does not go to Easton, then it will not go to Holohan either. Okay, and it doesn't go to Holohan. Again, it's absolutely a valid argument because they didn't submit the lowest bids. So, I mean, but if Easton didn't, then Holohan could. There's a whole lot of reasons that D is going to be wrong. You're probably not going to spend this much time going through it, but ultimately we know that it's not about it not going to either of these two people if we go back to our original argument. And then lastly, choice E, if Perez is not the lowest bidder on the catering contract, then Sullivan is. Okay, maybe. So if Sullivan does not get the contract and Perez does not get it either, again, we don't want both of the individuals in question to not get the qualification. That does not match the situation with Suarez and Andrson at all. And of course, we probably would have selected choice B a little while ago on an actual practice or official LSAT just to maximize efficiency with what is certainly one of the more time-consuming format questions, a parallel reasoning question, especially in this range of like the high teens, early 20s, where the most difficult questions of a logical reasoning section tend to be.